Prima Media's Mining Weekly Online spoke to the Beers Consolidated Mines Senior Manager for Enterprise and Supplier Development, Gregory Peterson, about the impressive busing empowerment transaction that the diamond mining company has concluded at the Venetia diamond mine in Limpopo province.
We currently have a contract at Venetia that transport all employees. It's about 3,500, if not more, for both the underground project as well as the open pit. And it's currently run by VM Diamond, the current contractor. And we set out almost a year ago on a process to get local business owners, local community members empowered into this transaction. And in essence, by the end of June this year, the local businesses, owners, companies would own about 40%, or exactly 40% of the newly established company. So the bigger company is going to separate into two, one in the Blouberg area, one in the Messina area. In each of these companies will have 40% shareholders representing basically business people, community members from that specific area.
And every day these people will bring the mine workers for Venetia mine into the mining area safely, and then in the evening take them out again. Is that going to be their basic job?
Yes, in essence the primary function of the contract is the transportation of employees 7 days a week, 24 hours, 365, because Venetia runs a Contops operation. So there are many bus schedules, buses coming, buses going. There's different shift arrangements. Some start at 7 o'clock, some start at 6, some start a lot earlier. And then also it includes all the contractor employees. So a lot of the Venetia contractors like Basil Reed, AEL has also come on board. They're supporting the initiative by using exactly the same service provider, that we make sure that we club together to make sure that this initiative is in fact a success.
But basically this is to create enterprise development so local community members can become entrepreneurs through this busing empowerment.
Yes, our main objective is we want to do some skills upliftment, especially in the economic sector. And part of the program will ensure that there's business skills training for the owners that's now involved in this business, as well as the technical skills, because they will have an option to buy an additional 11% of shares within the first 5 years, and hopefully by the end of the 5 years. We want to ensure that the necessary skills is transferred over that period, so by the time that they are ready to become the majority shareholders in this, they have the skills to ensure that this busing service will continue safely as it's been doing for the last many years.
And has the skills that you're talking about, are they bus driving skills, maintenance skills, mechanical skills? What else do you need?
The key skills that's operational is bus drivers and mechanical. We are more looking at empowering owners of businesses. You know, the management skills to run a business. Do you understand the operations of a business? Do you understand what is the key efficiencies in the running of the business? Do you understand what is the cost of running this business? It's about business, and we're taking it a level up by saying, yes, we've been doing a lot of employment. We always aim to employ locally. Let's take it to the next level and make sure that the local people of the area become business owners. They partake in the shareholding, the profits and the dividends of contracts like the VM Diamond contract, as opposed to simply be an employee for a very long time until you retire. Each of the companies, both on the Blouberg and the Messina side, the shareholder makeup of them is between 27 and 40% youth and women. So in the one company you could have 20% of the company is youth, 20% is represented by women. When we set out, we had a requirement that all of them needs to have shareholding of women and youth. We are working out the details of the skills transfer, because some of your shareholders could already have a little small business that they need to carry on running. Others could be unemployed, and we're currently doing some work to see how best do we make sure that the skills that we require to transfer gets to the right people without impacting on the business of the day.
And what is the capital investment in this initiative?
The buses for Venetia is probably worth between 75 and 110 million rand, and that will all be basically recapitalized under the new agreement.
And what would be the value of the contract?
The contract for Venetia plus the contractors is worth between 600 and 700 million over the contract period, which is 7 to 8 years. After the contract runs out, the tender process will start again. It is also our hope, and we're going to put some effort into assist them, that we would actually like to see for this busing company to expand beyond just Venetia mine. The primary function is to serve Venetia mine, but through the empowerment that we're doing, we're hoping that with all the community members involved in there, could they start new bus routes, could they start tourism routes, could they start busing routes into Africa, Zimbabwe, etc. So the primary function is that, and depending on how they grow, whoever the new company is, the two new companies will tender. They'll have an opportunity to tender, and obviously we hope that they will first of all have a very successful next 7 to 8 years, and then when it's ready, hopefully they can be successful again, because they are local, but the tender process will be followed.
That was Creamer Media's Mining Weekly Online, speaking to De Beers Consolidated Mines Senior Manager for Enterprise and Supplier Development, Gregory Peterson.